Well, I think it's over. It's over, man. The console wars are over. And as a gamer and somebody who plays video games or whatever, who probably had I would say every flagship console that I guess changed the landscape of things or whatever, such as Xbox, it's over. Xbox legit to me turned the cheek to Sony. Xbox turned the cheek to PlayStation the day they gave Halo over to PlayStation. It's crazy because like I remember whenever the Xbox first came out, you had Halo, you had I think matter of fact I could look up at some of the games and stuff that came out. Well, just I'm gonna name a few, and we're actually gonna go through like a few of the games, whatever that were on that list. Whatever Max Payne, was it Madden 2002, which is like 2001. So that I don't really count that, but you had games like Dead or Alive 3, SSX Tricky, and we'll go over that though, man, in a few. But it's crazy to see like where Xbox is right now. It's like it feels like they stopped listening to the consumer. They're doing what they think is right for them, I guess, like from a money aspect, which is crazy. I wonder how all the people feel that buy the Series X, that buy the Series S, knowing all the moves that Xbox made and all the years and that you invested inside that console. From now, Game Pass being getting ready to be $30 a month. Video games are getting ready to be high due to, Nintendo trying to reset the market and stuff. But that has really nothing to do with Xbox in general. Like, man, like I just remember when Halo was Halo and wasn't nothing messing with Halo back then. Back in 2001, I remember playing Halo. Was it Halo Combat Evolved, I believe? And man, I remember playing like split screen with my friends. Like Halo was one of the ones, man. You had to be there. Then Halo 2 came out, Halo 3. I'm not sure if that was like on the 360 though. The Xbox 360 was a game changer as well though. And of course, back then I had a PlayStation, a PS2, GameCube, and all that type of stuff back then, back in the gap. But we're talking about Xbox though. It's crazy to see like where Xbox is now though, man. It's like getting beat up by the bully and then going to join join forces with them, man. The fact that Xbox is losing their exclusive their number one to me, their number one exclusive game to Sony, it doesn't even feel like they're losing it to them. It feels like they're just giving it up to them. It's kind of sad when you think about it, though, man. It's like, man, it's like the Halo franchise was arguably Xbox's biggest exclusive, man. Halo Combat Evolved 2001, which I said back, which I just said though, man, was you had to be there, man. Like that game, playing modes like eyeball, capture the flag, obviously, deathmatch, multiplayer, and I believe, I don't even remember like online. I don't even think I played online mode back then when Halo first came out. They're remaking Halo Combat Evolved. And it's being announced for the PS5 in 2026 for the Xbox. It was alongside, it's going to be obviously it's going to be on Xbox and PC, whatever, but it's going to be on PlayStation. And that was the to me Xbox's biggest selling point was Halo. And don't get me wrong, they had Unreal Tournament. They had it was a weird NFL game they had back in the day, but to me that wasn't like their cash cow. Halo was their cash cow, if you know. It's crazy because one of the commentary pieces, like it obviously says that Xbox fully surrenders the console wars. Yeah, they're surrendering. It's the craziest thing, though, man. I'm just looking at a few points and stuff, whatever that I'm seeing. A lot of commentary and stuff from like the gaming fans online, and it's like it's almost like a "I told you so," and it's almost like it hurts as well. I like a legit. I remember a year ago. I bought a PS5 because I seen something like this coming. And there's a lot of people that was telling me that I'm hating. Oh, you're a PlayStation YouTuber now. And like you don't make any more Xbox content. Here's why, because there wasn't any Xbox exclusives that made me excited to make content about it. Halo Infinite was cool. I think Halo Infinite, like after 6 or 7 years of Halo 5 coming out, all they added was a grappling hook. It's like a grappling hook. After all these years, like you got Call of Duty with weapon customization, you got with different guns, all the guns shoot different. With Halo, you added a grappling hook and a paywall to changing colors to your armor. And they made you pay for things that we used to get free on the older Halo games. Like, y'all remember when we used to play Halo and when you wanted to change your armor, you would just go and change the colors of it the way you wanted? It was free. Now they're making you pay, and what they say, you got to unlock this armor, or they give the armor like I guess like a catchy name or something like chrome armor or something, cyan armor, battle adamantium something for like $10-15. It was like that used to be free back in the gap when Halo was like at its top, at its peak. But with DLC and stuff or whatever, like things changed. Yes, would you imagine Xbox handing over their cash cow over to PlayStation? Now, granted, this could be a good thing. This could be a really good thing to where gamers or whatever, or users from every console that's playing Halo, we all come together and just play. Cause it's going to be multi-platform now though, but I don't know, man. It's like after all these years, like of not being able to play Spider-Man on Xbox, you hand over your number one game over there, and Sony still ain't sent Spider-Man over to Xbox. Apologize. I'm not editing that out. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? How do you feel? How do y'all feel right now? If you're an Xbox user, if you're an Xbox fan, if you're a loyal Xbox player, how do you feel right now about it? Is it a good thing that they're handing Halo over to PlayStation? Is it a good thing that like the physical video game market, as far as like having a console? I remember seeing something where it was going to be like a USB, like you just plug in the USB in your TV, you have access to like Xbox games. I remember that was a thing like last year. Like, how do you feel? Because obviously they're going to make another Xbox console that's going to be next gen and it's supposed to have Steam on it. But like, how do you guys feel? Y'all let me know, man. This feels like Sega all over again. Y'all remember when Sega? I remember the Sega Dreamcast. Sega Dreamcast was competing. It was competing at one point, and then it seems like I believe the PS2 is the one console that basically shut down the Dreamcast. Because Dreamcast, I think, had a total of a little bit over 300 games, while the PS2 had, man, thousands of games, man. PS2 probably the best console in video game in history, honestly. But yeah, though, man, like I remember how Sega was, where they were battling from the Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, the Sega CD. Sega CD didn't last that long, y'all. And then to the Sega Dreamcast, and then they just disappeared. That's another video to talk about basically the history of the Sega Dreamcast and why it isn't a thing anymore. It is crazy because a lot of what's going on right now is still a result of the beef that PlayStation, Sony, and Nintendo had back in the gap when they were supposed to come together and do a joint console. It's crazy how that still bleeds over to decades later. I be wondering though, man. It's as a gamer, gaming hasn't really been the same though, but I still kind of have appreciation for it. But you wonder, like, why doesn't Microsoft listen to its fan base? That's the one thing you can say about PlayStation and Sony. When there's a problem, they're going to fix it for their fans. They're going to fix it for their user. Let's actually look at a lot of the games that first came out with the Xbox, I believe, the first Xbox. Okay. Shouts to Metacritic. All right. Can y'all see this? These are the top Xbox games that whenever they first came out. All right. Halo Combat Evolved, obviously number one. I don't really consider Madden a Xbox game, but Max Payne. Y'all remember Max Payne? SSX Tricky, Dead or Alive 3, love that game. I would love to see Dead or Alive 3, Dead or Alive to come back with a new game. Where the Xbox exclusive? NFL Fever. That was one of those, that was the weird football game that I was talking about that first came out with Xbox. And the mechanics was weird, but I think it was a cool game. Let's see, World, the Amp Freestyle, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. These are the games that basically were a thing on Xbox when it first came out. This is 2001. Look at this, y'all. Look, Fusion Frenzy. I remember that. Now look at all these games that came out in Now, granted, these aren't all Xbox exclusive. Project Gotham Racing That was a really good racing game. But granted, these aren't all exclusives or whatever, but at least Xbox tried like back then. Like these were on release of the console or whatever throughout the year. This was 2001, y'all. And you see Halo, like their number one game, a meta score of 97, man. Batman was on there. Nah, I don't remember playing Mad Dash. I didn't play Mad Dash or Cell Damage. Simpsons Road Rage, but Test Drive Off Road. Shout outs to the good people at Test Drive. Arctic Thunder, Star Wars, Obi-Wan. Y'all get it. So these are like the top 36 games that came out whenever the first Xbox came out. There was a surplus of games that came out, quality games that came out, whether it be exclusives, whether it be cross-platform games. Over the years going by, I believe, after Halo 5, the console exclusives got really, really, really mid. Like they started getting mid and they stopped being impactful because one thing you knew about Xbox is if all else fails, you can fall back on Halo. If all else fails. But it seems like it's not anymore because now, it's Halo's going to be on PS5. But nothing we can do about it, y'all. You got to deal with it. My question for you guys, do y'all think it's over for Xbox? I think it's over for them, man. I think they'll still release consoles and stuff. I think they'll still release games. And I could be wrong. I don't think Microsoft cares about the video game industry as much as we think they do because they make money with their products, with their computers, their laptops, with subscriptions and stuff, or with their software such as Microsoft Word and all the flagship stuff that comes with Microsoft though, man. But y'all let me know in the comments, man. Do you think the console wars are over with Xbox? Do you think Xbox can ever come back and be a powerhouse that it once was, or the powerhouse it once was? But it could be a great thing for gamers to come together and play though. But from a competitive standpoint, it's a sad day. Sad day for Xbox users. And I'm speaking for me, because I can't speak for everybody. So pretty sure somebody's going to come on the comments or whatever. Speak for yourself. That means that now we get to play together and stuff. Sounds cool, but we all were talking trash to each other at some point. Xbox users were talking trash to PlayStation users, though. But it is what it is, though, man. Change is evident. It was going to happen eventually. But you already know what to do, man. It's Architect Mr. J with another video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, like, comment, share. Until next time, peace.